We are related to Polly Klaas, the girl who was kidnapped from her bedroom and murdered in 1993. She was our sister. In the wake of our grief over Polly's death, lawmakers used her kidnapping to pass some harsh sentencing laws called 3 Strikes, which has expanded mass incarceration in California as well as across the United States. So our sister Polly was used for this incarceration agenda. And as high-profile crime survivors, we were used for this incarceration agenda. But even though legislation was literally passed in our name, and we were supposed to feel justice with that, as victims, we didn't feel served or helped by the justice system and have had a 30-year journey of our own healing, often in spite of the system.
For the past few years, my sister and I have been in conversations with people who have been incarcerated and impacted under 3 Strikes. And we've seen the devastation it's caused, both for people who are incarcerated as well as their loved ones and their communities and their children. It's a difficult thing to convey how painful it is for our sister Polly, someone we loved so much, to have been used to inflict this kind of harm on so many people. And that's really the pain at the center of our story. As we've seen the legacy of 3 Strikes unfold over the past 3 decades, we do not believe that harsh sentencing laws contribute to public safety in any way, nor do they serve survivors who need tangible support and healing. It's time for all of us to recognize that the kind of policies that emerged out of the tough on crime movement of the 80s and 90s have locked us in a crisis of mass incarceration and untreated trauma, and have left victims alone and abandoned when they need care the most. We don't want these unjust laws to be the sum of our sister's life, and we don't want our pain to be used to punish anyone else. Too many victims here have either known the pain of having their stories exploited for a political agenda or the heartbreak of having their stories ignored altogether. We want a justice system that serves more victims than it creates, that cares more about preventing harm and addressing the root causes of violence than punishing people. These are the leaders here who are healing our communities and creating a new safety movement